Welcome to Soccer As We Like It, the Man United Director channel for United and football fans. Today was the Manchester derby between Manchester City and Manchester United. Manchester City 3, Manchester United 1. Joining me from UK, representing the UK crew, will be our analyst, Vim. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Tim. How you doing? How's everyone?
I'm all right on this Manchester derby day that United got displayed and
Are you feeling blue?
I am feeling blue. Very blue. Blue. Representing the USA is Bemsy. Bemsy, are you on with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Welcome, the controversial one. Welcome to the show.
Yeah,
right,
thanks, man.
Without much ado, let's dive right into it. As we saw, I'm going to start with the people who are the furthest out, which will be Vim. Vim, summarize what the hell happened United with such a great start from Rashford. Then, where did it go wrong?
I mean, that Rashford goal was a little bit of luck. It was good hold-up play from Bruno, and I saw him try to do that move quite a few times where Onana would just go long, kick the ball up front, because there's no way in hell we can get through that City, that dominant City. So all we could really hope for was kick the ball long, hope that Bruno, someone can hold up the ball, which he did quite a few times, which was thankful. And I think he held off Ruben Diaz or the other centre back, and he got a pass to Rashford, who probably had the only decent kick in his game. Right. That was his only decent kick in the game. Apart from that, it was absolutely trash. So he got lucky with his strike, and he has got a shot, but I think there was a second and a third time when he was on goal, couldn't head the ball down in front of him. Yes, he's under pressure, but these chances are very rare. And then I think he had one where he was attacking the right side of the goal, and he doesn't anticipate the ball landing. Strikers just go for it.
Right.
They try to anticipate the ball's going to land here, whether or not a defender's going to pick it up or not. They just try and go for it, and he's constantly hesitating, always, and doesn't anticipate where the ball's going to go.
Doesn't anticipate, so it's like the ball will go past. Like if he was ready and aware of being alert, but isn't that the lack of his striking instincts as a striker, a striker? Right.
I don't think he has a striker's mentality. I don't think he has a striker's instinct. He is a winger at best, and not a very good one.
Right.
So yeah, that's a quick, short summary.
All right, Bemsy, Man United going to the empty hand. You already said last week they will get destroyed, obliterated, and terminated. So was it anything different today? Give me what you thought. Let's go.
Well, nothing different, nothing special from what I thought. I mean, I wasn't surprised. I said I'll be shocked if we actually get something from this game. So, I mean, yes, we scored the first goal. I knew there's no way City will go to that game without scoring, and knowing that if City score, we're for sure going to lose, which they were. It's pretty much a 99% chance that they were going to score. And I wasn't surprised. Typical standard procedure. So yeah, I was just validated.
Right.
Just 1 second, guys. Let me figure out my light team, man. I'll be right back.
No worries. So Vim, as it stood, initially it was McTominay as the centre forward, and Rashford on the left, and Garnacho on the right. But I'm trying to understand how McTominay disappeared for 90 minutes. I understand 60 minutes, 30 minutes, but the whole game, bro, mate. How is that even impossible?
McTominay is good at his Scooby-Doo activities, isn't he? He's no matter where you put him on the pitch, I don't know. It's just, I mean, the formation seemed a little bit unusual to put him in as a number 10 with Garnacho and Rashford in front of him. I found that really a bit of an odd formation, because Scott McTominay really, I can't see him playing anywhere else unless he's a support striker, which perhaps he was deployed as today, but it didn't kind of work. For me, it just seemed like Bruno was the striker for most of the game.
Right.
Even though he's playing in midfield alongside or just in front of Casemiro.
Right.
So it didn't seem that the formation I saw, actualized on the pitch. It was very strange. But yeah, Scott McTominay, he doesn't really have much awareness of what's going on around him. He's very much a ball watcher.
Right.
And I don't think he's able to position himself quite carefully in the pitch like Casemiro can. Casemiro is always making those vital challenges. He's always in the right place. And so to summarize, really, I think if we didn't have Bruno and Casemiro in this team, we would have been absolutely torn apart. I think those two were key for this team today. They've had a great game with Bruno up front and Casemiro as a pivot. Without those two, we would have been totally demolished.
Okay, thank you. Bemsy, United's defending today. How did you think the United defense played today? Especially in the first. I mean, do you think the defense played a good game?
I don't think the defense was bad.
I thought they played well considering the
I don't
pressure.
think it was bad. Yeah, I don't think the defense was bad. I think even Onana played quite well up to a certain that second goal. Yeah, he should have done better. But all in all, he had some good saves. It wasn't a bad game from Onana. I thought the defense played well. I think the issue was the attack just kept losing the ball. We're just not good at protecting the ball and keeping ball possession. So I think defense was okay. I think defense wasn't bad. It was just standard. Just is in keeping the ball, making bad decisions. And when we're on every time we went on the attack, we always lost it. We never even there was no shot on
the keeper or anything.
There was no threat, nothing, zero. Apart from that right foot shot, that was pretty much it. It was like just anything dealing with attack, we were just useless. I think that's what the issue was. And yeah, midfield wasn't too bad either, although they ran through us a few times. But yeah, I think it was more on the attack.
Right. So as it stands now, with United being derailed completely at the empty head, I mean the inquiry people are asking for is like, did we just go there to sit there and defend for 90 minutes or just try and hit them on a break? Considering we scored the goal on the run of play, considering City were bombarding us prior to that, and we just got the ball up, Bruno holding on to it, laying on to Rashford, that actually stunned City. But what was the game plan after that, Bim?
This is a question I've been asking myself. What is the game plan? I just didn't understand it. I couldn't see anything. I just, we were literally on the ropes for 90 plus minutes. I mean, watching that game, we were playing in our third for most of it. And anytime we got possession of the ball, I don't even think we kept it for more than a minute. We could have lost it in 30 seconds. We couldn't even string together 10 passes, which is a pretty awful for a club of this stature, and for the players' value that we have and the wages that we have. We're pretty much on par with City and all the other top four clubs that we play football almost like championship level. It's pretty atrocious to watch. I'm not going to blame anyone,
Right.
but this is not the kind of football I want to be watching. It's just not.
Bems, after United scored, what was the game plan? What did they have anything else to plan? Did they have anything other than? Do you think United are missing Rasmus? That would be the question I should ask you, Bems. Do you think United missed Rasmus?
Of course, we did miss Rasmus. We missed him big time today. But I think even if Rasmus was here, I don't think it would have made a little bit of difference. But I think we would have still lost, though.
Right.
It's just that, like, I don't know how people see this game. But I don't know how people watch the game. But if you watch, if you're a team, you should be able to, at bare minimum, just keep possession of the ball for a period of time, right? So regardless of what phase you are in the game, if it's if it's defense, if it's the defense, if it's midfield, is the attack. especially when you're in the attacking phase, you gotta be able to just keep recycling that ball and just not lose it. Even if you don't have a shot on goal like at that moment, but just keep the ball. Because the longer you keep the longer you keep the ball, the more you give your team a chance to create a situation, a score. But we just are not good at doing that. And I mean, it was every time in the attacking phase we were useless. There was no particular out ball, even though we had those chances on the break. But even when like you see that second chance, that chance that Rashford had where Bruno just just passed it into space and
Yeah,
Rashford just control it, headed it down and just keep going. That was a goal scoring opportunity, but
yeah.
he
He
messed that
messed
up.
up.
He couldn't control the ball. So that is a standard thing. It happens almost in every game. You're going to see situations like that, but you won't really see that with teams like City or Liverpool. They
Mhm.
don't waste those kind of opportunities. So it's yeah, Rasmus would if that was Rasmus, actually, if that was Rasmus in that Rashford position, in that position where Rashford just couldn't control that ball with that one-on-one, I think we probably score. But again, there's a lot of stuff to talk about there, man. Yeah.
Right. Thank you. So, Vim, as it stands, if we let's go over the goals quickly. The first City goal, the one by Foden, that first shot, because he goes across the goal. Lindelof is like 2 meters behind him. Should Lindelof do better? Should Onana do better for that shot from Foden?
It's funny, Rick, because I was speaking to a friend just before that goal. And I said Lindelof on that left-hand side, and I think he was meant to be on that left-hand side, but he should. Foden is not a big guy; he looks like a little kid.
He's smaller than
Foden,
Lindelof.
Foden, players like that, you have to go a little bit physical on them. You have to
Yeah,
kind of give them a little cheeky, knee in the leg, let them know you're there, that
yeah,
you're a tough left back and you're not going to go past me. You've got to press on them. You've got to go a little bit physical, shoulder barges, lean on them. You know, little cheeky fouls like maybe the Italians do or good defenders do. He didn't do any of that. He did it maybe once up front in the game, but as a defender, whether he's a centre back or a left back, he never ever does that. He just seems to cower out of those challenges. He shows almost a lot of weakness. He doesn't show a lot of bravery with being a tough centre back, being a dominant centre back. And so I was talking to a friend about that. I said I think he needs to be a bit more physical with Foden, because he was always just staying back and giving him space to do what he
yeah,
wants.
yeah.
Foden's a quick guy.
And he's gonna come
He
in on
gets
his
the ball.
left.
Yeah, he can go in either direction, or he's going to look for a pass, or he's going to get a cross in. So if you give people like that the time and space, they're going to pick out that perfect pass, or they're going to find a way to run past you. So that's why you don't give them time and space. You put pressure on them straight away. He never did that. And then 10 minutes after I'd mentioned that to someone, he goes and scores, because Lindelof just stays off him, doesn't provide any pressure at all, which is completely pointless as a defender. So that happened, and I think he did that various other times in the game. That I think the only way, and I remember we beat City in the past. The only way we beat them is by disturbing their rhythm, and the way to disturb their rhythm is to get physical on them. And I don't think anyone, apart from Casemiro, Varane in parts, Bruno, showed any real physicality. Rashford almost is, for me, Rashford and Lindelof are the weakest links in this team. They showed no urgency, they showed no aggression, they showed no desire to win that ball. Rashford, I just saw him, he just let balls go. He didn't even attempt to win a header. I don't think he won a single header. So a very interesting stat. Sorry, I've gone over time, but a really interesting stat. Do you know how many shots on target we had today?
No.
1.
The goal.
That's it.
90
1
minutes
shot on target.
in
Yes.
both halves over
Yep,
the entire
for the
game.
entire game, 1 shot on
Oh,
target,
fuck.
1 shot off target, and that is it. In the second half, so obviously that was in the first half. Second half, we have 0 shots on target, 0 shots on target, 0 block shots, and overall match possession of 26%. This is probably, apart from that 6-1 or 6-0 drubbing, probably one of the worst performances I've seen in the Manchester
Wow.
derby.
Bems, second goal, the first goal that City scored. Are you blaming Lindelof for not closing down on Foden, or would you say Onana could have done better with that shot?
Come on, man. Come on, man. If we're blaming that on Nana, then what? Then I don't know what the hell we're watching, man. How can you blame Onana for that goal? That was a good goal. That was a good strike. It's almost kind of like you blame Edison for the goal Rashford scored. Because I don't really see the
Okay.
difference. It wasn't much difference. It was just a wonderful strike from both players. There's not when you have a wonderful strike like that at such pace, you can't really do much. I mean, you can't. I mean, if the goalkeeper puts a hand on it, good. But if the goalkeeper doesn't save it, it's just a good goal. But yes, I would say definitely Lindelof should have done a better job. Obviously, he's
Right,
done a
closing, pushing him on his left side, which
Yeah.
was his stronger side.
Yeah. So again, Lindelof is not a left back, so that's what you I mean, but yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, Lindelof should have done better, but yet again, who else would Ten Hag have played in the left back position that would have stopped that shot? That is a left back that would have stopped that from happening. Like, who else could have played today in that position?
Nobody.
Okay,
Thing
but
is,
yet people blame the
Lindelof
manager
does
for this
that
result.
as a centre back anyway. Even as a centre back, he doesn't put any pressure, real pressure. He doesn't close them down.
Yeah,
But then Luke Shaw is also guilty of that as well.
Yeah, Luke Shaw would have. I'm sure Luke Shaw has given these type of chances away before in the past. I'm sure.
He stands off the play and just lets him cross it in.
Mm.
I remember Marino used to have a real go at him, saying,
Yep.
"You've got to close him down, stop the crosses coming in." Lindelof does exactly the same thing. Doesn't matter if he's playing centre back or left back. He's just stands off him.
Yeah.
And puts his hands behind his back.
We're very good at just standing off and not really closing players down. I think a lot of our players do that.
A lot of players do that. That's right. We just let them have the ball.
Yep.
I noticed that when we get them out of our third, and then City have the ball, we hoof it out, kick it halfway line.
Mhm.
Edison picks up because there's so much space. There's literally a game being played in just one half all the time, and we just stand off and we let them come at us. And we regroup. I think it was 5 and 4. And we just try to hold them on the border. We just keep them at the border as much as possible. We just let them. As soon as they back up to that border, we don't chase them. So it seems to me that potentially was a game plan, because they seemed to it was a pattern I saw again and again and again. That as soon as they got towards the halfway line or just within the halfway line, they would stop. They wouldn't press them anymore. Right. Did you notice that?
I noticed that.
Yeah, I will say this. Remember last season when we got spanked 7-0
by Liverpool?
Yeah. What happened in that game?
Oh, I can't remember, man. It's a long time ago.
Okay, I'll tell you what happened in that game.
I've tried to forget it. I'll take it out of my memory.
I've suppressed that memory.
I'll tell you what happened in that game. The players almost pretty much went for it, right? But these players can't play going for it because they always get played through and they leave spaces in behind. We got drilled. It was Ten Hag deployed an exact opposite tactic against Liverpool. That's why we lost 7-0. In this game, it was like, okay, just sit back, contain, and I guess look for mistakes. But then that's it's a similar thing that Mourinho would have done. It's similar tactic that Mourinho deployed back then. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
I mean, it just makes you wonder, though. People playing at the top of this game, they can't keep the ball. They can't put together 10 passes.
The players that we have are not good enough in keeping the ball.
100%. I'm with Benz on that. It is what it is. So
I agree with you. I don't think all the players are bad. I think a selection of the players are bad. I don't think Casemiro is a bad player. I don't think Varane is. I don't think Dalot. I think Dalot's a good player now.
I agree.
He's really improved.
Oh, he was running through the midfield. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Dalot was good.
Yeah, but then there's other players in that team like Lindelof, Rashford, Scott McTominay, who don't know how to keep the ball. And I think when the ball gets to them, it breaks down. and so we start again from scratch. It just keeps breaking down with those specific players
every time. And then, yeah, when Rashford scores a goal, they're like, put some respect on his name.
What respect?
I'm not going to put respect on a player's name because he scores a goal and the rest of his game is just useless.
Yeah.
In fact, he causes more harm to the team than good. Because did we win the game with that one goal?
No. If he
Put
if
some
he was a
respect on his name,
if he was a decent striker and he had got that second and third chance, then maybe we're looking at a good game.
Thank you. If he scored that second and third,
Yeah.
then I'll be like, okay, I'll shut up my mouth. He had a good game. I can't see anything else. But he missed them.
And he was ahead of the defender, so he stayed on side. He was ahead of the defender.
Second chance he had,
he has the pace.
Not the one they put him through. The other one that came on the side. I think did he miss kick? I think he missed kick.
He missed
the first one he had to try and head the ball in front of him to get to keep the momentum going.
Yeah.
But he misjudged the header and he hit here and it went up there. The second one is when he didn't anticipate that someone who was there, the defender, whoever it was, missed the ball, and he just did nothing. And then when the defender missed the ball, it was too late for him to make a strike. So the lack of anticipation. So it just shows that as a striker, he's completely useless.
Right.
But yeah, people say put some respect on his name.
Oh,
he doesn't deserve any respect.
For $350 a week, I spent more from that, mate. That's an absolute rubbish excuse. It was
for
rubbish.
For someone leading the front line at this club, he needs to do a hell of a lot more than what he's doing.
Yeah.
And he really needs to consider, he needs to start looking at options for next season because he's going to destroy his club if he stays.
Right.
Oh,
Second goal. Hello, Ken.
Like music to my ears.
Okay, Ken, you welcome to the show. Mr. Fortress, how are you?
I'm good. It's a bit of good news. Became a new dad on Friday.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Dad,
We
man.
got a new United fan.
Yes, exactly. Baby boy.
How many kids now?
Nice.
Got 3. This is the final one.
Wow, handful.
That's what they
man.
say.
No,
We'll be doing
this
this
is
again
definitely the
next year.
final
You're going to say, I got another one.
Congratulations.
No way.
Congratulations. We got a new United fan. Big up to
Yes.
Ken and the crew. Nice one.
What have you named him?
Named it yet?
The naming's going to be on the 7th day, isn't it? That's our tradition.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's
Just
tradition.
stay away
7
from Marcus or anything like that.
That's just cold, Vim. That's just cold. Right. We're talking about we're quickly going into the goals today. It's gonna be a short pod. So we're on goal number 2. Goal number 2, Foden's second goal. Vim, that second goal that came down that side of the wing. I mean, could anything have been done better? Who are we holding responsible for that? Could none have gone down quicker?
I think it was only a matter of time. I just said, look, when's the second goal going to arrive? Because it's going to happen. It doesn't matter. They always slice through us like a knife through butter. It was only a matter of time. And, I think our team or potentially our game plan was nullify Haaland as the deadly striker. So therefore you've got a ghost striker in Foden who's got free reign to roam around wherever he wants. And he's a pacey little kid. So it was only a matter of time. So I think Haaland occupies the 2 centre-backs and therefore this guy slips in. Which is a clever strategy from Pep because he's always thinking and telling players what to do. So, you've got a good manager there in Pep Guardiola who knows how to turn games in his favor. I remember when we went 1-0 down. Sorry, they went 1-0 down. That Haaland and Bruno, what's his name? The little Portuguese on their team. Silva.
Bernardo
Yeah.
Silva.
Bernardo Silva. They were saying, calm down. We've got this. Calm down. We've got this. They're 1-0 down. Calm down. We've got this. Let's just do what we do, what we're drilled to do. And the system's going to eventually work and step into gear and completely dominate, which they did. So they don't panic. They just say, calm down. Let's do what we're trained to do, what we're coached to do, what we're drilled to do. Man United, we always panic. So that there's a gulf apart in class here when they should not be.
Right. Ken, welcome on.
Yes.
That second goal. All right, quickly go. The first goal. We all agreed Onana could have done much. Lindelof gave Foden enough space on his left foot, which is his stronger foot, to bend that ball. Could
Yeah, that
Lindelof
was
have done better? Could Onana have
absolutely
done better?
that was on Lindelof. That was on. Did you see that he pointed to where he wanted him to go? He was
He's an
pointing.
idiot.
Everyone, do you know
Who
what I mean?
pointed?
Lindelof.
Lindelof.
Look at the goal again.
Pointing to who?
Yeah, he was
To
pointing to telling
Foden.
Foden to go right. Yeah,
Is
or
he?
I don't know if he was telling the defenders or Foden, but he was pointing to where
It's a
Foden actually
joke.
went. As soon as he
Wow.
pointed, Foden just did what he told him to do and just whacked in the top corner. And what he didn't do was, he's left-footed. Yes, he can go on his right foot, but he's predominantly left-footed. So what you do is you do the bread and butter, which is stop his left foot. If he scores on his right foot, you put your hand up and say, yeah, okay, but to just point, the fact that he pointed towards the position and the guy actually did what before he shot, and the guy actually followed the finger and shot, and it went in. It's just stupid.
Could Onana have done better?
Stupid. No, you can't let shots like that come in. Top corner, man. It's
Gotta say though, I'm
boom.
happy Onana actually went to attempt to save it though this time.
Yeah, but the
He
second
actually
goal,
dived.
you should have saved the second goal. But there you
Yeah,
go.
but at least he did make a better showing this time, Onana. He
Yep.
actually
Yeah,
did
yeah, he
attempt to save everyone.
So goal number 2, Bems. How could you have done better with goal number 2 that Foden came down that other side this time? It came from the right. And interchange. Was it
Right,
United
left.
messing around?
Oh, the right side.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just that was not. The thing is, no matter what you do, you're not going to be able to stop City. No matter what you do, you have to be immaculate. You have to be perfect on that day. For 90 minutes, full focus, concentration for the whole 90 minutes or 95 minutes. You have to. I mean, you can't lose concentration, but that's not possible against City. It's just not possible. Foden was left free. No one picked him up. And what happens? That's what City will do to you because they keep moving around. They keep creating spaces. And just like you see, Foden was playing on the other side this time, and then that's it. It is what it is what it is. You can't. I mean, and you have a manager in Pep that's just gonna keep moving these puzzles all around the pitch. You can't do anything about it. You just have to be focused and just anticipate what they're gonna do.
Right.
That's the best you could do. But then what I would say is yes, he wasn't picked up, and then 2, Onana
could have gotten down quicker.
Yeah,
for
could have
that
gone
second
down
goal.
quicker. Yeah. If he had a stronger left hand and got down quicker, he would have saved that goal. But I still think, regardless, we would have lost the game, man. It would have created another opportunity to score.
Right. Vim, goal number 2.
Hey, we can't hear you. I don't know if you were trying to speak.
No, I'll go after him.
Okay.
So no, I was going to say, Aston Villa have beaten City on the 6th of December. Crystal Palace had them to a 2-2 draw. So some teams have beaten them, and we beat Villa, and I think we did beat Crystal Palace too. So, they can be beaten. I think the game plan. Oh, sorry, Arsenal beat them as well, 8th of October. So they can be beaten.
They're not invincible.
They're not invincible, but I think you've got to have the confidence to come up with a game plan to beat them. You've got to really study their methods because their style of football pretty much is the same. However, they're very fluid. They can adjust in real time to find a way to unlock you. So they can be beaten, but it seems that only select teams, and we know Villa are pretty good. We got lucky with them, but well drilled. They've got play with some real intensity. And I think the only time that we've ever been able to beat City is when you play with some intensity. The fact is that they compress us into our third or half, which means there's huge gaps in behind them. So if you can then nick the ball off them, then you've got potentially Rashford or Garnacho or somebody else, let's say 3 people running in behind that space and attacking. And I think that's the only way you can do it on the counter because you've got a lot of space to exploit behind them once they're pressing us because they push up with everyone. With both centre-backs, full-backs are way up there. Centre-backs are in our half. that means if we can play on the shoulder of their centre backs and run in behind them with fast, pacey players, then there's a way to attack that goal.
Right.
But we've got to have that hunger and desire to win the ball off them in our third, in our half, and make the counter attack, which is how we've done it in the past
Right.
with Pep teams.
So as it is now, with United hanging on at 2-1, Haaland doesn't get any chances literally through the game. What the hell? Between Varane and Amrabat, I was sitting beside, I said, that pass Onana's game to Varane. I don't like the way Varane's handed the ball back to Amrabat. And instantly, it was a goal.
It was a terrible pass, by the way.
Ken,
to Amrabat.
that third goal that City scored, I mean...
Yeah. How this has been in the team since Oli. Remember those games against Leicester where
Yeah,
De Gea's passed for
exactly.
to Maguire. It's the same old nonsense. I'm just tired of, and it's new players as well. It's not like we're using the same players. It's just I just don't know. I just don't know. We're just Let's just I don't know what to say. The second goal, yep, has done, but the third goal, talk about shooting yourself in the foot. So I know, Fems, to your point, City are a great side, but we had them in the first half. We had them, If had Lindelof done his job and stopped,
Foden.
that shot from coming in on his left foot, Foden on the right with his right foot isn't as strong, and the accuracy is not as efficient as Foden coming on or taking a shot with his left foot. We could have avoided that. If you keep that scoreline at 1-0, eventually City will overcommit, and then we'll have another chance to hit them on the break. But that goal was just stupid.
Yeah.
And that's what killed. As soon as that goal went in, that was actually the winning goal. The first goal was the winning goal.
So you're saying when City got the second goal, United has dropped at that point when it was 2-1?
When it was 1-1, the heads
1-1.
dropped.
Okay.
Yeah. Heads dropped when it was 1-1.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's what I was saying as well. We don't have a system. When you have a system, if we play, ETH needs to tell us what is his system. Like Vim's got in his background, what is the process? If we're going to be playing the way we played the first half, let's play like that every single week, because that's what Oli did. It didn't work.
Counter attack.
Yeah, let's do that every single game, and let's see where we get to. Don't change it every this game. We're playing. And another thing I was going to say quickly is, you know that Dalot can play at left back better than Lindelof can play at right back. Sorry, at left back. Why don't you put Lindelof at right back and put Dalot at left back? He played a full season at AC Milan at left back, and he was fantastic. I just don't understand. I'm just tired of this. I know, Bems, you're going to say I'm up to the manager again, but he's just clueless. I can't see this guy getting us anywhere. I'm sorry.
Right. Let's welcome UK representative, the smiley one. Kay, welcome to the show. They joined us in the second half.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And Houston Red Army, the Soulman Joe representing United States, join us in the second. We're now in the second half of the show. Thank you very much. We're just analyzing those goals. We're talking about this Manchester derby that's gone completely left after starting in an explosive manner. I'm going to quickly bring Kay in quickly. 1-0, Radford starting the show off. Fantastic. After that, where you go with this? Let's go.
Yeah, it's graveyard shift, isn't it? Like, we're Moments FC. Like, we don't make goals generally as a team. Like, that was a moment of brilliance, a great shot. Went 1-0 up, which was probably a good and a bad thing in a way, but I think it was better for us that we went 1-0 because then we had something to fight for. Whereas if City would have scored early, yeah, it would have been curtains. But it's typical United. When we play against better teams, there's chances in for us to go behind because the teams play higher up the pitch. And yeah, I didn't expect anything from the team, to be honest today. Like, they did what I thought they'd do. City didn't really get a third gear. They were comfortable. They just do what they always do. I said it in the group during the game. It was like the Brentford game. Brentford went 1-0 up, and City just pressed, got the goal, didn't panic. They knew the chances would always come, and that's what happened today. So as soon as Johnny Evans went off, it changed the game. As soon as Rashford went off, it's just one outlet, Garnacho. Like no one else is gonna really run in behind. So it just shows not having players. When I saw the bench, I was like, yeah, we got no chance. Like even if we score, there's no one on the bench that's gonna change the game, like for us, and that just shows the quality. They had Alvarez that come on, got an assist. They took Doku off. Like, yeah, they're just a great squad. We're just a mediocre squad, let alone first 11. So yeah.
Right, Joe. We watched the game together. We sat together. At 1-0, we're all excited, but to defend for that long, something was definitely going to give. Especially when we had Lindelof on the left with Foden, something was definitely going to give, and it all showed.
Well, I'd like to come out and say that as far as the first half and the team and Erik ten Hag being able to implement their plan, it was spot on. First half was spot on. We were always going to sit back. We were always going to hit them on the counter. And at the first half, I would have easily given them a 7.5, maybe a 7. So it's just that the second half, I think our depth and our inability to have a plan B is what killed us off in on the second half, because if you don't have something to counter any adjustments on the City side, there's nothing the guy can do. There's nothing the guy can do. We were 1-0 at first half, and besides Bruno's assist, he was dead. McTominay, dead. Besides Rashford's goal.
You see, I kept asking you, Joe, is McTominay still in the game? You said he was in the game.
Like, we were able to maintain that lead with a lot of players that were like dead. I didn't see much. Everybody was just average, but we were still able, like defensively, we were very disciplined. I would like to see this kind of discipline more often, to be honest, right?
Without Lindelof or with Lindelof?
Well, I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? We have the team that we can play. There is nothing else, right? I got a little Liverpool buddy talking to me, talking about, oh my God, Lindelof is winded. You're gonna have to replace him. I'm like, bro, you don't even know. You haven't been watching us. Lindelof is our plan D at left back. That's our plan D.
I thought he was plan L.
Yo, listen, like these are situations that like most teams trying to get top 4 and not having to deal with. Like Lindelof, bro, listen, Lindelof is playing left back, and we're so like as a fan base, we're so like twisted where we're asking for Amrabat to replace Lindelof at left back whenever he gets tired. Bro, we are decimated, man, and like we are like I thought we were going to just like lay over and get slapped around. I think that the team showed a lot of character today. Shutting them out the first half, there's a lot of people that would have like, if you could have gotten that deal yesterday, we would have taken it. If you could have gotten a 1-1 draw in the 65th minute fellas, come on now. Considering what we thought this game was going to look like,
Quick question,
we
Joe.
would have taken it. What's up?
Quick question. Would you be happier for Lindelof to play as centre back and push someone else out as a left back?
Who?
One of the other
though?
centre backs.
Who? Varane? No.
Johnny Evans?
Johnny Evans.
Would you put
Johnny Evans and Phil
Dalot on the
Foden.
left?
Is that what we're talking about? Johnny Evans and Phil Foden. The England international.
No, but the thing
Phil
is, right?
Foden.
Yeah, but the thing is, what does a left back? The way we're playing is, which is rope-a-dope Thailand football. What can the left back do? What does the left back have to do, which is different to a centre back? I mean, yes, they're going to stop crosses, but all they're doing, they're still defending. They've got to press, which is what Johnny Evans and Varane were doing. I think they were, as centre backs in the first half, they were stand out.
This is what a left back has to do that a centre back. This is what a left back has to do that a centre back does not have to do in the Premier League. In the Premier League, we are building our right wingers and our right backs. Our wingers and our backs are basically the same people, just without certain attributes, right? Like basically, our right backs, our backs are wingers that just don't have the footwork, right?
Right.
So if you want to be somebody that defends them, you have to be one quick enough to keep up. And I'm not just talking about the wing. You got to be quick enough to keep up with the wing backs, right? On the right backs, you have to be able to keep up with the on the backs. They're just so much quicker. Like, so Lindelof was like physically. He did a shift, man. There's only so much you can ask for the guy, right?
Joe, quick question: Why is he playing at left back when Dalot can do a better job there? Why is that?
Okay. So if he plays, let's play that. Let's play that
right
scenario. Let's play that.
So obviously,
no. Wait a minute. Let's
we need to move it on. We need to move it on.
Okay, we'll move it on. Okay, so Dalot plays at left back, right? Who plays at right back?
Lindelof.
Yes. So it's Lindelof versus Doku.
He's a defender. He's a centre back. He's a right-footed centre back, so he's bound to be more comfortable defending with his right foot as opposed to coming with his left foot.
Lindelof would have got killed by Doku.
But that's fine. That's fine. But what we're doing now is we're putting square pegs in round holes. Yeah.
Because of our injuries.
No, but Dalot played at left back at AC Milan. Yeah, Dalot played at AC Milan. He spent a full season at left back. He was outstanding at left back, AC Milan.
Okay.
So
let me bring in K. K, quickly jump in here.
It goes back to bad planning. I said it in the last podcast. Letting Reguilon go, knowing we've got one fullback in Luke Shaw who always gets injured. And you let the reserve Alvarez go on loan. Like, it's stupid. You think any other Premier League manager will have one fit player in a fullback position? It's criminal. Like, and now we're paying for it. Like, Reguilon would have done an all right job today, I think. Even if he came off the bench, at least he goes forward. But yeah, like,
yeah, there's a point. You make a point. Okay, there's a point you make there.
Let me call something out real quick. There was nothing, like, we have watched him play for us. There was nothing about Reguilon's game.
But what K's trying to say is his specialized position.
Let me just say one quick thing. Let's just look at the goal. There was nothing about Reguilon's game that would have told me that he would have done better than Lindelof at that goal.
No, Joe, not to start. I'm saying, like, to come on. And the thing with Reguilon, he goes forward. So then he pushes their fullback and winger back.
That is the point. The ability to go forward. Lindelof ain't going nowhere, mate.
Did you see how many times Lindelof gave the ball away, by the way? In possession.
That's
how many times he gave it away?
But you got to remember, Vin, like, playing fullback. Playing fullback.
Yeah, but possession-wise, is very weak as well.
Okay. So, as it stands, we got beat. The plan did not work. We could not sit back for 90 minutes. It was impossible.
Yeah, we could have.
Not
Like,
at
it's not
empty had
possible.
no effing way. When we scored, it was on the run of play. So that even pissed them off even more. Like, really? All right, we're going to teach you guys a lesson. I mean, KDB, because his hairstyle was more like the other guy. What's his name? He changed his hairstyle to Grealish. I actually like, what the hell? You guys use the same barber?
Well today. KDB didn't even play well today.
He didn't play well today. Even, what's his name? Didn't even have a chance. The Haaland didn't have a chance. You look at the third goal.
I have something to say about
goal.
that.
Let me bring in.
Let me bring in the first half.
He did. Yes, he did. Just before the first half ended, empty goal. Onana was like, "What the?" Because the ball came this way and the ball was going that way, and Onana was like, all the guy needed to do was put the ball low. He skied it. That was the first warning sign. But we didn't heed. We went with the same. Right, we're gonna hold on. No, we just invited prayer. City's third goal. That blunder between Onana, Beran, and Amrabat, it's just stupid. It literally was stupid.
Do you know what it was? Casemiro played in the ball, and sometimes you got to think about the player you're playing with. Like, Casemiro's used to having good players on the ball, so he'll give that to people all day long. But Amrabat's not the best on the ball, so Amrabat took a bad touch. Then he didn't know what to do, lost the ball, It's just, yeah.
You don't think that was a bad pass to Amrabat in the dangerous
I
space?
thought the pass initially was a bad pass.
It was
definitely the wrong pass to him.
It was the wrong choice. It was the wrong choice. It wasn't a bad pass. It's just.
It was a bad pass. You passed the ball straight out in front of the defense in dangerous area where he gets pounced on.
Players that are good on the ball, that are composed.
I would never pass the ball to someone just in front of defense in a danger spot like that.
Yeah,
You've got to clear it further ahead.
Yeah, I agree with
him.
Vim.
He set him up with a bad pass. You watch it. No, you've got to remember, you have to watch it again. You do not pass the ball in such a dangerous space. You have three players around him.
Not
let
again.
me bring in Benz. Benz, come on in there.
So I do agree with him. It's a bad decision to make a pass into an area like that, into the middle of the pitch.
And the ball was kind of still in the air.
Yeah, it was kind of still in the air. So basically, Amrabat has to get control of it. And then make a decision. But the thing about it is that you're playing against a team like City, who are pressing high already, and they're very good at winning the ball high up the pitch. So you're not making it easy for your team to be able to get out of that situation. So the best and safest decision would have been just to boot it out. Just the defense.
Play like that.
Well, let me finish. Let me finish though. But the thing about it is that play caused us a goal. If you look at the bigger picture, right? If you look at the bigger picture, putting yourself in that kind of position to concede concede is the problem. I'm not saying so, but then at the same time, Amrabat should be able to control the ball. Amrabat should be able to make a better decision, and he should not be losing the ball in that position.
No, he should not.
So there was a series of mistakes, but then you just at the end of the day. Yeah.
Before you even go to Casemiro, Onana should have passed the ball to Casemiro. He should have passed it to Lindelof. Because Lindelof was having such a bad game, losing the ball, he gave it to Casemiro. Casemiro played what he saw, and Amrabat should have played it first time. He tried to take a touch going towards a Man City player. His body shape was wrong.
Look,
you got to remember, he's a centre midfielder. He should be comfortable on the ball.
Yes, he should be, and that's why I would say, like, Amrabat should take more of the blame on that goal than any. But also Casemiro shouldn't have passed the ball into that position. Lindelof made those passes like 3 times.
Sofian just came on.
Lindelof,
he's been on the pitch for 8 minutes.
Watch it again now. Look at the pass. The way Onana passed the ball to Casemiro wasn't on the half turn. Lindelof was right next to him, like literally 5 yards behind him. The ball should never have gone to Casemiro. So he's done what he thought was right. Amrabat really should have gone first time.
What we should have done to be safe is that you don't put your players under pressure. Get it towards the halfway line, get it to the edges, or get it clear out of that final third.
Up to that point,
we can't play the ball out. You know that. You saw it the whole game.
You
cannot keep possession.
Decision.
After
you don't
that
do
point,
that.
Haaland had nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
And we just gifted him a free goal. I mean, come on, mate. But all I need now is from this whole performance. Just give me the score. No, just the score. Vim, on a scale of 1 to 10, United performance today over the two halves.
All right. Okay. I thought you meant the score of the game was 3-1. The performance of our team today.
Yeah.
Wow. It's probably the worst performance I've seen against City apart from the 6-0 drubbing. I would give them a 0.5. It was absolutely atrocious. It's like having a training game for City.
0.5.
I felt they were toying with us.
Okay. Ken.
Yeah.
So is that points? What points I'll rate the team today?
Yeah, I mean, let's go. 1 hour on a scale of 1 to 10.
I don't know, based on 5.
5. Okay.
Because of the first half performance.
Okay.
So I'll say, put it this way, 5. So 10 out of 10 first half, we're going 1-0 up. 0 out of 10 second half. So that averages it to 5 out of 10.
All right. Okay.
5 or 6. We had a game plan and we stuck to it. We actually knew what they were going to do today, which we haven't seen.
What was the game plan?
Good question.
Hit them on the break.
Huh? Get them on the break.
Okay.
That's it.
Bems.
So I will give the team. I would say a 4.
4.
Even though the first half I don't rate the first half. Isn't all? I mean, I rate the first half, but I won't rate the first half that high, anyways. In my opinion, because I think that we still lost the ball a number of times in the first half. Even though
Nana came to the rescue twice.
Yeah, a few players played well in that first half. Onana was the only outstanding player in that first half. That's it. Apart from that, that's it. But then second half, we were totally useless.
Bruno had a good game.
Bruno didn't have a good game, man. I'm sorry. Apart from the assist he had, he was useless. That guy was useless. He had a good assist. He held the ball up and gave it to Rashford. Apart from that, he was useless.
I think without Bruno and Casemiro, we would have been
Hold on, let me go to Joe quickly. Let me go to Joe, then you come back. After Joe, come in, Vim. Joe, scale of 1 to 10 quickly for this team performance today at the Manchester Derby.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this team I'll give 5.5, 6. 5.5, 6 because
guys are generous.
No, it's not about generosity. The first half, we played
a game is 2 halves, brother. A game is 2 halves.
I understand that. First half, I would have given them a 7.5 because they did exactly what the manager. It seems like they did exactly what the manager. No, listen. We have to stop judging this team by who we want them to be and by who they are. They are the team that conceded today. They are the team that the first 10 to 15 minutes were very vulnerable. Everything that we have disliked about this team, happened today. The only difference is we played Manchester City, right, and not Wolves, and not Luton Town, right?
Okay,
we gave them opportunities. So I'll give them a 5.5, maybe 6, because
I'm not going higher than a 4. 4 is the max.
Always going to concede the ball.
Yes, the second and third goal took all the marks away for all that hard work because those defending was atrocious,
mate. The third goal is us. It's us. We have to admit that. That is who we are.
So exactly.
Every one of our players have a
but Joe, you do realize.
Let me go to Vim quickly. We're now in injury time. Let's go.
Yeah, sorry, what about it?
You were gonna say something when Joe was talking about the score he gave them.
Well, no, I was just gonna I mentioned it earlier, but the stats of our game for the entire game, we've only had 1 shot on target.
Ouch.
Which resulted in 1 goal.
97 minutes.
Yeah.
1 shot.
So obviously that was all in the first half. Second half, we had 0 shots on target, 0 shots off target, 0 block shots, and an overall possession of 26%. So,
26%, Joe. Are you hearing
Yeah.
this?
and we committed more fouls than them as well, a lot more fouls, and we got more yellow cards. So we had absolutely zero control over this game. So
Okay.
Ole
And-
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer played like this against City every game, and people tore him to
Oh,
shreds.
yeah. We get it.
Why are we rating the team for doing something that we've done in the past and criticized heavily?
The reason why it's not like we're rating the team, is that we are coming to the realization that this is the best we can do with this squad.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
All right.
Injury
This-
time.
this
We
is-
have one more question in injury time.
This is who we have been for at least the last 3 to 4 years. Irregardless of the manager, we have been the team that when it came to big opportunities and big games, we are mentally weak, we are physically weak.
Agreed, Joe.
Who this week?
Last time I went to
Who?
Derby, we beat City 2-1 before COVID. And Ollie, we beat them 2-1. And Marshall scored and McTominay scored. So big games, we used to take it to City. It's just
Okay.
at the
So
moment.
they have digressed. They've gone backwards.
Yeah, they've digressed.
But even during those seasons in which we beat City,
Yeah.
none of those seasons or none of those games were an indicator of where we were going.
No.
We still went the next game and stunk it up against Newcastle,
I agree.
fucking Brighton.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
Like even
right.
if we won this game, we would go next week and lose to
Yeah.
Everton.
Yeah,
That's just who we
yeah,
are.
this team is
But,
very
but,
capable.
Joe, why is that? It's Moments FC. We don't make
We
goals.
are Moments FC. We've
We're
accepted that fact. We
It
are.
was under Ollie. Under Ollie, it was Moments FC. But not as much. We created more under Ollie than we do under Ten Hag. Facts.
See. So remember the game we went to stop City winning the league title on that day.
Yeah.
When Pogba scored the best game of his career at United, scored 2. The very next week, we lost to
Bro.
West Brom, who were relegated at Old Trafford 1-0. That is Man United. But now
That's
we're in
us.
injury time. There's a question someone sent me to ask you guys. That two-footed tackle by Edison, should that have been penalized? I'm going to quickly get to Vim. The Edison tackle on Garnacho. Should that have been penalized?
looking at the first
Given.
looking at the first time, it looked kind of dangerous because it almost looked like a scissor type challenge.
Right.
And it did go sliding in at full pace. But when they showed it in slow motion, and I can see why they didn't give it, is that Edison did make contact with the ball before he took out Garnacho. So I think it was a little bit aggressive. It did take out the player, and there was follow through. So potentially, I don't know, maybe depending on the referees or whoever's in VAR,
VAR
could have
check.
given that as a penalty, because I thought it was a little bit. There was too much follow through because he took the player out inside the
Yeah.
box. But I think
Listen.
his saving grace was that he made contact with the ball, because as soon as he made contact with the ball went ping like that. So, depends who we have
Ken.
in the VAR room, really, I guess.
Ken.
But
Why is it that
Edison-
only our players are guilty
Hold
of
on,
our
Joe.
follow
Hold on, Joe. Ken, that Edison, should have been penalized?
No, I think it's 50-50. Keep it nice and short. Don't think it should. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. The Edison tackle.
Great tackle. I think if that was an out-of-field player, then you might get a free kick. Maybe. But he got to the ball first, he cleared it. It's a great tackle. Like if Onana did that, I'd be like, great tackle. I wouldn't think, oh, it's a penalty. So yeah, it was a great tackle.
Okay.
If
Ben,
Onana did that, that would have been a penalty.
I agree. Bems,
Who did
what
it,
was your
Onana?
take on that tackle?
That's the setting right
Sorry,
now.
sir. What tackle? Talking about?
Edison on Garnacho. The two.
One-on-one.
I think he won the ball, man. He won the ball, and that's the thing. In those kind of tackles, you want to make sure you win the ball. If you don't win the ball, then you open yourself up for anything else. But he won the ball, and I would expect, if that was us, if that was
Onana.
Onana, you would hope that it wouldn't be a foul because Onana won the ball. So let's just be fair there.
Joe, quickly.
Cap, when it comes to it, you can't just make an exception for a goalkeeper. If that foul happened outside of the box by an outfield player,
Right.
that's a yellow
He's gonna
card.
Yeah, exactly.
We've seen it happen to our players
Exactly
time and
my
time
point.
again. Our players have gotten red cards off for that shit. Our players, like, okay, if that is what is going to be the rule, I just want consistency, man.
Yeah, of course,
And
but
to
thank
me,
you very much.
I don't feel like I'm getting consistency from this league. I don't feel like I'm getting consistency from these refs. It's just like, and we're all supposed to be like the good. Like, no, what the fuck is this, man? Like, do you know how many times these kind of decisions, right? These kind of decisions change the momentum of games. They turned around in that position and scored on us. Well, that should have been a free kick. I mean,
the Rashford pullback, when it was going through, shouldn't that have been a foul? Ref said nothing.
Now with that one, I thought Rashford went down a little bit too easy. That one, I felt like Rashford went down a little bit too easy. And
you guys
when you do that, I feel like there's been a label on Manchester United. Like, we're the only team, right? We have a Bruno stench that is like been spread around the team, and these referees think all of our players are just flopping, and that's not the case. But with Rashford, I see too many times him looking for the contact to topple over instead of just play ball. And I feel like that kind of mentality in our squad is hurting us a lot of times.
Okay. One more.
I think there was one instance when a player put his hand on Rashford. And I think it was Kyle Walker, right? It was
Kyle Walker.
Yeah, 1-on-1. And he just put his hand on him and Rashford went down. Looking for a free kick.
Exactly. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, so if somebody puts their hand on you, what happens is your run is adjusted. Your knees don't fucking buckle, bro. That's why you look like you capping, man. That's why, like, they're just not the same thing with Bruno. You just and then when other players are actually injured, right? And sometimes when Rashford and Bruno are actually injured, whenever they actually goes down, right? They still don't get the calls because of all the other bullshit that you've been doing. It's just too easy. It's too easy for them to go down. They need to cut that shit out. Just cut that shit. We're not getting those calls.
100%.
We are not getting those calls.
Now, we have one question. We have just enough time for one question. Who wants to make that question?
So I've heard Ten Hag say it twice now. Before and after the game, after the last one as well, that Bruno Fernandes has a serious injury. Does anyone know what that is?
What was the question?
I've heard Ten Hag say it twice now in pre and post conferences that Bruno Fernandes is playing with an injury. He's been playing with an injury for some time. But I can't seem to find...
That happens though sometimes, Vince. It might be
that's an
a broken toe, it could be anything.
Yeah, he said it was him and Rashford
He's
playing with injury.
He said he's playing with a serious injury, but Bruno is still being picked for every single game.
That's common though in football, though, Vin. There's a lot of players
playing with a broken toe.
Yeah, you can play with it. You just have a steroid injection in your toe. John Terry used to do it all the time.
It's definitely going to impact his performance.
I remember Rio playing. He had, I think he had his foot was cut open. He had to have, I can't remember if it was like 6 or 7 stitches, and an injection in his foot played the second half.
Fucking hey!
I can't see anything on it. What the injury is? I think they really are. They're really suppressing it.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's injury. They're injured. I think it's just an excuse.
I think he is injured. I think.
No, the manager would do that sometimes.
Right.
It can't be a serious injury.
I think Bruno is fatigued. I think Bruno is.
He definitely looks fatigued.
I think he's fatigued. I don't think he's injured. I think he's just fatigued.
He plays every game. That's right. Every single game.
Yeah.
He needs a timeout.
Well, gentlemen, we have come to the end of the show. Man United have been beaten at the empty head, 3-1. Self-destruction button, bad tactics. It is what it is to a superior team. Apparently, people said Manchester City, this team is the best team in Europe currently in the world. I beg to differ, but it is what it is. Gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. I want to get a big shout out. Congratulations to Ken, for our new. Those of you who don't know, Ken is a new dad today. So congratulations on Ken. He has a new United son coming into the world.
What did you have, Ken? Boy or girl?
A boy. Got a boy this
Little
time.
boy. Oh,
Last
congrats,
one.
man.
Nice one. So congratulations, Ken, and congratulations to the family. We'll see that as a new United member joining us one day soon.
Yes.
Vim, thank you very much. Kay, thank you very much. The Houston crew, Mr. Controversy, and the Soul Man, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure, but not the result we expected. Well, the result is what we knew was going to happen. We're just happy it wasn't 6 or 7. Is all I can say. From all of us, have a nice week. Glory, glory.
United.
Hey,
Have a
make
nice
sure,
one,
make
guys.
sure you raise that child to back to manager, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I was expecting
Nice
that from
one.
Ben.
No chance.
I was expecting that from Ben.
Ben,
Oh, for
Ben's
me.
okay. You can continue your sequel in the
His-
chat. That's
Oh, it's
fine.
all right.
His
It's all right.
first
It's
words
a
might be
ceasefire. There's a
Ten
ceasefire.
Hag.
K
There's
is
a
something else.
ceasefire.
K is
All right.
something else, man.
You
Don't
guys,
worry
you
about
can
K.
carry on. You can carry on the sequel. I'll see you guys next week. Take care.
Take care,
Nice
guys.
one,
All right,
guys.
bye.
Yes.